Where is my moon?
Someone has been playing Donkey Kong?
Let's see how far I got. Oh crap! Final boss! Let's just act like we didn't see that.
So, Donkey Kong 64 is a game by Rareware, so you can expect some really good looking graphics, especially when it only works with one red expansion pack, which is not red. So, story. King K. Rool arrives at the beautiful island of Donkey Kong. He wants to blow up the island and he kidnaps Donkey Kong's friends, so Donkey Kong has to go save them. Oh, I glide in the banana peels. That's already a funny little detail. So, this is a platformer for 1999. I remember playing this game with my friends when I was younger. It was a lot of fun. Now, I never owned any of the games I played back then. I also rented them or played them at a friend. But during the past few years, I've been gathering those classics from flea markets, eBay and stuff. I bought Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie off eBay because I love those. So I did the same thing with Donkey Kong 64. My first impressions weren't that good. I mean, this isn't the Donkey Kong 64 I remember. I can't remember the tedious hours of wandering around. I can't remember the bullshit of having to switch characters just to collect some bananas. The warpads are freaking confusing. One takes you to another one, two takes you to another two. I get that, but it's confusing because I don't know where the other pad with similar number is. Couldn't they just have a menu like in Banjo-Tooie? And what's up with the controls? They're nothing like Banjo-Kazooie. You press A to swim fast and B to swim slow? What? And yes, you can breathe underwater because everybody knows that monkeys breathe underwater. I was disappointed, so I decided to check out Donkey Kong Country on Virtual Console instead to see if it was any better.
Donkey Kong was not the real Donkey Kong?
What a bunch of crap! I've been playing as Junior all the time. Wow, these graphics are awful! Oh, it's for the predecessor to Nintendo 64, the Nintendo 63. For Super Nintendo standards, the graphics are pretty good. The gameplay is simple. You jump, you throw, you collect bananas, kill enemies, ride on a rhino. It's a pretty cool game and it's easy to get into. Now I'm influenced to finish Donkey Kong 64. The goal of the game is to free all your friends to unlock them as playable characters. Donkey Kong is the one you start with, and he's just a standard character. His coconut gun can fire in spurts,
And if he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt.
Diddy Kong has the incredibly unique ability that no one else has. He can pick up red bananas! Wow! That's so innovative! But he can't fly real high with his jetpack on, and with his pistols out, he's one tough Kong. Then there's Lanky Kong. He has no style, no grace.
But I gotta admit, he has a really funny face.
He can trot with his talons? Never mind. Tiny Kong is quick and nimble as she needs to be. She can float through the air and climb up trees. Then last there's Chunky Kong. He's hilarious and such a pussy.
Sure, he may move slow and he can't jump high, but this Kong is one.
It doesn't take long until you have freed all the characters in the game, so there are other goals as well. You must collect golden bananas to unlock levels. I think that's self-explanatory. You must also collect small bananas that you feed to this hippo to make him so heavy that this pig reaches the key and opens the door, so that you can face the boss. How did they come up with crap like that? But it's not over yet. After defeating the boss, you get a key, which is, by the way, extremely detailed. Way better than the Bowser key. You go to this giant nice Kremling in a cage. Use the key at one of the 1,000 locks around the cage. The Kremling gets so happy that... Damn, how did they come up with this? I have to say, it's hilarious. And yes, Everything about this game is hilarious. The personalities, the cutscenes, the dumb ideas, the bad ideas. There are gags everywhere, and they don't really age either. I found the gags in this game to be just as funny as they were back then. So yes, this is the excellent Donkey Kong 64 I remember. All the charm is here, the incredible moments, the game saves progress faster than a Word document.
Okay.
The exploring is actually kind of fun, because when you figure things out, it gets very rewarding. It is weird that each character has its own bananas, buttons, switches and stuff, but the characters do play very differently, and all have their own style. And since this game is made by the same people who made the Banjo games, I do see a lot of elements from those games here. Like, some of the music is from Banjo-Kazooie, and that bubble fish is seen in Banjo-Tooie, except in Tooie it only inflates itself, but here it explodes. And you'll probably know that this forest level was originally going to be in Banjo-Kazooie, but was moved over to Donkey Kong 64 instead. So when people see this stage with that in mind, they usually say, "Hey, this looks like a Banjo-Kazooie stage." All the stages in this game look like Banjo-Kazooie. That's because they're the same company. One great thing about this game is that from the menu you can replay all the cutscenes, boss battles and other stuff, which is great so that I don't need to play through the game to show you the big moments. Oh damn, that's a big rocket. This must be one of my favorite bosses. Say hello to Ronald McDonald Duck in the Box. No, wrong button. This boss I absolutely hate. It's a giant ball with spikes, and you have to go through rings, and there are so much lightning strikes. My eyes hurt. Now, moving on to something different. No, not that different. In Donkey Kong 64, you have some old games included. I thought it was already playing an old game, but you can go all the way back to 1985 and play some JETPAC. Yeah, that's the way to spell it. Man. In this game, you are an astronaut building a spaceship. Is that a ship? More like third. They also included Donkey Kong Arcade. Pretty cool intro there. You know, the first time I watched my friend playing this game, I didn't get it. You're a pixelated Donkey Kong throwing barrels? How is that challenging? Cool, you can throw it in different directions. I didn't notice that plumber jumping around down there. The real goal is to jump over barrels and climb up ladders. Simple as that. This version of Donkey Kong, unlike other ports, actually included the true second level where you jump over pies and stuff. This is the best version of Donkey Kong I have played so far.
And as for the entire Donkey Kong 64 game, it's a great game. I'm looking at this as the not true sequel to Banjo-Kazooie. And even though this isn't nearly as good as these, it's still incredible.
Oh, banana.
Ah, there it is. Thanks, Donkey Kong.
Banana.